I'm here in southern Charlotte at a still under construction but soon to be open DC fast charger station by burgeoning CPO Koulomb. I'm going to do a news Koulomb site review method review of this Koulomb station. A little bit of irony there. Anyway. Okay, before we get started with the scoring of the site, I want to do a quick overview of what we're actually looking at here. As you can see, there are 12 stalls. All of them pull through with these Taiwanese dispensers that are paired to a charger. Each charger can output, according to the nameplate, 360 kilowatts. There's two handles. The handles are different amperage ratings, and all of them are CCS handles, which are interesting because at other Koulomb sites that I've been to, Heber Schumer 1000 volt, looks like liquid cooled cables. There is some CHAdeMO, but here there is no CHAdeMO. There's 12 CCS1 handles underneath a solar canopy. The CPO Koulomb is started by owners of a photovoltaic company here in the Charlotte metropolitan area called Pure Power Contractors. And this location is pretty close to their headquarters. They've got multiple other charging sites already open and some up in Virginia as well. But this looks like to be a flagship location. And as you can see, we got photovoltaic canopy that also has lighting underneath it. So it's not only protected from the environment, it also has ambient lighting for the nighttime. I'm really curious to see what this is going to look like once it's commissioned. I'll come back and I'll do a subsequent review, site visit, once it's actually open. But very nice. It says sourced from a 100% renewable electricity, and their back-end partner is EV Connect. The way to initiate charge is through the EV Connect app, which is common to other Koulomb sites. And just really nice, directly off 485 on what's known as South Tryon Street, which is a major thoroughfare in Charlotte, North Carolina. And you could interchange with Interstate 77 or Interstate 85 from the 485 loop very quickly. So very strategically located, 12 charging stalls paired with 3 chargers and a 1500 kVA transformer. They're still in the process of doing some of the cosmetics. It looks like they're putting up a fence around the area. And there's a sign that says private property, so I'm assuming Pure Power Contractor or Koulomb actually purchased this land, which they own. And as I said, beautiful. The exit off 485 is just right over there. I could see it. Very short distance to get to this charging location. We're in a shopping mall. Directly behind me is a movie theater. And then there's a Circle K convenience store within walking distance as well. So let's go ahead and get into the site scoring.
Here's the vital statistics. It's the Koulomb DC fast charger station in South Charlotte in the Arsley Town Center shopping district. It has 12 stalls. It's fed from 6 Zerboa, and that company has recently changed, but it's a Taiwanese company. DO 3600 kilowatt DC fast chargers with dual CCS1 handles. It should be noted that one of the handles outputs 500 amps, the other one outputs 300 amps. So there is a little bit of distinction there, which I'll go over in just a second. The news Koulomb site review model is a 50-point scoring method with 5 categories: access, amenities, concentration, location, and speed. Each category is 10 points. The location is really spectacularly looking. It has a very distinctive solar canopy covering both from elements and direct sunlight, which provides protection to the DC fast chargers and also to the patrons. Very distinctively designed at an angle to capture as much sunlight as they can. Again, the site host is Pure Power Contracting sponsored, which specializes in photovoltaic installations. And this is definitely one of their masterworks. Very beautiful. Now let's get into the scoring. This station scored very well, not only for the size of the station, but also for the amenities. There are pull-through stalls, which is increasingly rare for DC fast charger stations, but this not only has pull-through, it has all of the stalls being pull-through. which is pretty unique. And it also has a very good traffic flow for the entire site. The cable management is effective. I did pull on the cable and it was able to easily extend and also retract. So they have it calibrated just about perfectly as far as I could tell. It is near the entrance to the site. The location has many shopping opportunities as well as food and snack opportunities close by. I did mention that there was a Circle K within walking distance. It's a very short walk to the Circle K where there's restrooms. It's also immediately adjacent to a movie theater, which will be open later. I'm not quite sure the hours of the Circle K, but obviously the movie theater is going to be open later. And public restrooms are always accessible in movie theaters. You just have to ask to be able to use them, and they'll allow you to use them. So there's that going for you. And also the Arsley Town Center is replete with all kinds of eateries and shopping opportunities. So plenty of places to walk around and enjoy yourself with curiosities and bites to eat. However, there is no point of sale option, at least from what I could tell. Everything is done through an app, which was similar to the other Koulomb stations that I've been to. Everything is charged through the app. But there is sufficient stalls for the site and popularity. This is likely going to be very heavily used once it opens. It does have a canopy, and it does have overhead lighting. The nice thing about the overhead lighting is it's fluorescent, but it's further away from the actual stalls, so when the insects invariably are attracted to it, they'll be a good distance away. So I like that they suspended the canopy up and away from the chargers. It's going to be very distinctive once it's energized and commissioned. I went out on a limb saying that there's not going to be squeegees. That's speculation on my part, and I'm also speculating that there will be trash cans. There weren't any there yet, but I'm assuming that they're still in the process of completing the window dressings and the cosmetics and landscaping for the site. But it seemed as though that there was space for trash cans, so I gave it a green mark for that and a red mark for the squeegees. Also, on-site security. There is nothing associated with this site where there would be staff. You would have to go to one of the adjoining facilities in order to seek help if you needed to. And so I gave it a red mark for that. However, as I mentioned, the dining and snack options are pretty extensive in the area. And also there's a nice green walking area for pets. For novelty, there's plenty of things, as I said, to do in the Arsley Town Center. So I got a green check mark for that. Now let's talk concentration. Because this has 12 stalls, it gets all the points. And it also cleaned the category for all the other options in this section. Very highly scored. And for location, it's immediately off the interstate. Not only that, it's also immediately off the 45 loop, close to Interstate 77 and close to Interstate 85, not too far from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport. So terrific site selection that they had. And in order to get this property, they actually apparently had to purchase it because it looks to be owned by Pure Power Contracting or Koulomb, the CPO. As far as along the historic route option, I did give it a green check mark because you could see downtown Charlotte from the property, and the Tryon Avenue goes all the way into downtown, and that is historic, and it is a beautiful drive if you want to go into downtown Charlotte. However, it's not incorporated with no other public fast chargers. In fact, there's a Tesla supercharger just on the other side of the interstate. However, it is in an incorporated area with fewer than one charging stall per capita. I did give it a check mark for that. Now let's talk speed. It scores very well. As I mentioned, each one of the dispensers can do either 500 amps or 300 amps. So on an 800 volt car, that would be 350 kilowatts. Should be more than enough. And the transformer is properly sized. It is a 1.5 kVA transformer, which is larger than most I've seen, so plenty of energy going into this location. Very nicely designed. Giving it total points, very impressively, of 42 out of 50.
So there you have it, a soon-to-be open DC fast charger station with 12 stalls right off Interstate 45 in South Charlotte by burgeoning CPO Koulomb, sponsored by Pure Power Contractors, specializing in photovoltaic installations. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching.